Hello.
Hi, Daniel. Thanks for making time. I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind for a while. My role has expanded quite a bit over the past few months, and I'm not sure if this is the right time to bring it up, but I was thinking maybe we could talk about whether there's any possibility of looking at my compensation and title situation. Sorry if this feels a little bit out of nowhere.
What you have in mind regarding those?
So I've been doing a lot more than what was originally in my job description. Since January, I've been managing the Henderson's account on top of my usual projects. And then there was also the Q2 launch where I basically coordinated the whole cross-functional team. And I've been covering a lot of the gaps when the team is short-staffed. I feel like maybe the work I'm doing is more at a senior manager level. I'm not trying to be difficult or anything. I just thought it might be worth maybe having a conversation about whether there's any room to look at something like a title exchange and possibly some kind of salary adjustment too. Even a small one would be honestly fine.
I appreciate you detailing your contributions, Sarah. It's clear you've taken on significant responsibilities. Let's be concrete. What would a good outcome look like for you in terms of a title change and salary adjustment?
So I've done a little bit of research. Senior manager seems like it would be the most appropriate title for the kind of work I'm doing. And in terms of salary, I was looking at maybe somewhere around 12 to 15% increase. But honestly, I'm open to whatever makes sense. Even just the title change would mean a lot to me if the salary part is too complicated.
Any such adjustments require a clear justification tied to business needs and budget availability. How does your current contribution and what you're proposing specifically benefit the company's bottom line and future growth?
So with the Henderson account, I know that we've managed to retain them as a client through some pretty difficult moments this year. And I'd like to think my involvement played a part in that. And the Q2 launch came in on time, which I know was a big deal given the delays we had in Q1. What I'm trying to say is that the work has had a real impact, even if it's hard to put an exact number on it. I understand that budget is probably a constraint right now. I don't want to push it if it's not the right moment.
While I acknowledge the value you've brought, we need to ensure any compensation or title adjustments align with clear, quantifiable business impact and our internal frameworks. To make that future discussion more productive, what specific metrics or achievements do you believe would strengthen the case for a senior manager title and a salary increase?
I think in terms of metrics, I could put together a more formal summary of the Henderson account impact. I know we renewed their contract and expanded the scope, so there might be some concrete numbers around revenue retention. And for the Q2 launch, I could document the timeline and what was at risk if it has been delayed. I'd like to find a way to make this work for both of us. Would it be possible to set a specific date to revisit this, maybe within the next 4 to 6 weeks, so we have a clear timeline to work toward?
I'm open to setting a specific date. Let's aim to revisit this discussion in 6 weeks.
Sounds good. I'll put together a proper document and make sure it's thorough. I just want to say that I'm really committed to this team and to doing good work here. And I hope this conversation hasn't made things awkward between us.
Hello, I am Morgan. I specialize in coaching professionals through the nuances of negotiation. I've reviewed the framework we'll be using, and I am ready to help you analyze your performance. Let me walk you through what I observed across 4 areas. I will be specific. This is most useful when it is grounded in what you actually said. #1 Promotion Orientation. Score 2-5. Evidence you opened with, I'm not sure if this is the right time to bring it up, but I was thinking maybe we could talk about. Alternative. I've taken on significant new responsibilities, including the Henderson account and the Q2 launch. I'd like to discuss adjusting my title and compensation to reflect this senior manager level work. Next focus, eliminate hedging language. Stop asking for permission to speak and start stating your value as a matter of fact. #2 Anti-backlash framing. Score 2-5. Evidence, you said, I'm not trying to be difficult or anything. and I hope this conversation hasn't made things awkward. Alternative, I value our team's success, and I want to ensure my role is structured in a way that allows me to contribute at the highest level. Next focus, stop apologizing for advocating for yourself. Professional growth is a standard business process, not a personal imposition. #3 Shadow Negotiation Awareness. Score 4-5. Evidence, when Daniel pushed back on business impact, you pivoted to, I could put together a more formal summary of the Henderson account impact. I know we renewed their contract. Alternative, you handled the pivot well, but ensure you frame it as a partnership. I understand the need for clear business justification. Let's align on the metrics that will make this an easy decision for leadership. Next focus, build on this strength by proactively defining the win-win earlier in the conversation, rather than waiting for the counterpart to ask for the data. #4 Communication Clarity. Score 3-5. Evidence, you ended by saying, even just the title change would mean a lot to me if the salary part is too complicated. Alternative, I am seeking a senior manager title and a 12-15% salary increase. Let's focus on the data required to get us there in 6 weeks. Next focus, stop negotiating against yourself. By offering to settle for just the title change, you signaled to Daniel that your initial request was negotiable before he even pushed back. Overall observation, your greatest opportunity for growth is to stop treating your professional advancement as a favor you are asking for. You have clear evidence of your impact, but you consistently undermine that evidence with language that signals uncertainty and guilt. You possess the data to make a strong case. Now you must pair that data with the confidence that you are not being difficult. You are aligning your compensation with the value you are already delivering to the company. When you approach these conversations as a business proposal rather than a personal request, you will find you are much more effective.